This week, the Fiends watched
The Batman.
It's new to some people because it's on HBO Max now.
Yes, I feel like a lot of people are seeing it now, and I finally saw it.
You did?
So we are going to ask each other what we thought. Mikey saw it a while ago in theaters, and I've been waiting on a plate of dildos, right? Just fucking balancing on these dildos, wanting to know what he thought, but he couldn't tell me. Now that I finally saw it, we're excited to see what each other thought.
We did, and I'm going to. Spoiler free?
No, let's spoil it. The whole... Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, sure.
Why not, right? Who gives a fuck?
I'm not going to spoil it right now, but I'm saying in the episode
Okay.
we're going to spoil it because
I'm not
everybody's seen
going
it.
to spoil it right now either. I just want to
Yes.
make that very clear. Okay.
Okay.
The
But
Batman.
But you have to ask me, though.
I have to go first.
You go first?
This week, the
Oh,
Fiends
sorry.
watched.
Oh, I didn't even ask you what you thought of Batman. That's my bad. So, what did you think of The Batman?
The Batman with Pattinson, you know. I will say that, obviously, I've seen this movie 3 times now, so I do like it. I do have a really big problem with a certain act. I'll even say a good 30 minutes of it where I go, ooh, this could all change everything if they just changed this or didn't have this. Anyway, but overall, I did like it. I think Robert Pattinson did a really good job as Batman, but he's no Christian Bale. He's just not there for what I want out of a Batman right now. But overall, I did like the Batman.
Okay.
What about you, Mikey? What did you think of the
We're
Batman?
going to get into it later because I want to know what 30-minute part you're talking about. I'm very, very, very curious. So,
Probably will on the extended version of the podcast.
yes, or on here too because I can't wait. All right.
What did you think of the Batman?
So I'm close to saying I love this movie. I fucking, man, from start to finish, I was like, this is what I want in not only a superhero movie, but a Batman movie. We got our creative first Tim Burton, Batmans. Then you got a little bit of the more grounded and serious Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan Batmans. Then you have this, which is somewhere in the middle. And it's not as grounded. It's not as fantastical as Tim Burton. So it's not as grounded as Nolan or fantastical as Burton. But it's in the middle, and it is darker than any one I've ever seen. And I almost loved this movie. I'm probably going to have to watch it again to say if I'm going to take it around back and suck it. We'll see about that the second time around. I'm not a first-time girl here, you know?
Yeah, good point.
It's always going to be the second time.
Good point.
And I know I'm going on a rant, but I did thoroughly enjoy this movie, and I can't wait to watch it again.
I'm glad, man, because I honestly thought you were going to hate it. So
Really?
Oh, yeah. No, I was just like, I'm not in the theater, but when I watched it on boot, and then this time I'm going, oh, yeah, he's probably not going to like that. He's probably not going to like that. But I'm glad, dude. No one's happier right now than me. Because
No,
I thought you
know.
were going to absolutely hate it, but I thought you'd be like, oh, dude, like, why'd they? I'm happy. So I'm glad we both liked it a lot.
They sucked me right in.
It does a good job of that. Yeah.
In the trailer, and I just want to point this out quickly, in the trailer, they use something in the way. Like
Right.
a lot of trailers do. They do these covers of songs, or if it's the real song, whatever. They throw them in the trailer to get people hyped up for the movie.
Right.
Thinking that it's going to have this tone or have this vibe, and then they never play the song in the movie, and the tone is totally different than in the trailer.
Yeah.
This, something in the way hits in the first 10 minutes, and I go, they're actually using it, and I gave Matt Reeves so much credit for actually using it in the movie at a perfect time to suck me right in. Couldn't have been happier with that.
The opening 10, 15 minutes of this movie is perfect.
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
In the beginning, it's the narration, and you're like, oh, I haven't heard a narration in a Batman movie before, ever. So that's cool that they're trying something new. Opens on Halloween night, gotta love that. But
Love it.
as soon as the music stops and as soon as he walks out and beats the shit out of everyone, then it cuts to the scene after with the Riddler, with the crime scene. It's fantastic, and that's the first time you hear Nirvana, and
Yeah.
it's perfect.
It's perfect, and I'm an idiot. I have Kurt Cobain tattooed on my arm. I have Something in the Way tattooed on my arm. Lyrics. I have other Nirvana lyrics on my arm. So I'm gay for Kurt, and
Who isn't?
It couldn't have made me happier to actually hear the song play because it fits the vibe of this movie so much. This Batman, I've never seen a Batman like this. I've never seen a Batman that is more comfortable as Batman and doesn't want to be Bruce Wayne at all.
Yeah, that's
he
true.
wants to be Batman.
Yeah.
I love how you barely get any Bruce Wayne in this. That was my favorite part because I'm way more interested in the character of Batman and the psychology of like this billionaire dude dressing up as a bat every night and going out to fight crime. Like, that is a sick thing for a person to do. You're a billionaire and you're dressing up like a bat and going out, but he has so much pain and so much trauma, whether it's justified or not. They get into it later about he was rich and privileged, so should he have that trauma? Whatever, that's different. But he still lost his parents and grew up alone. So he has so much trauma from his normal life that he wants to just be Batman. This isn't about him deciding, do I want to be Batman or do I want to be Bruce Wayne? The two lives coming together. Every other Batman movie is kind of like that. This wasn't. This was, no, dude, he wants to be Batman. How do I be Batman? That's what this Batman character was about, and that's why I loved it so much, because it felt fresh to me and dark and moody, and it just sucked me off and sucked me in.
Hard, I can tell too.
Hard.
Which I'm happy over here. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
fucking
I'm
hard
happy.
as shit on this table,
Well-
dude. I can feel it.
But yeah, dude, yeah, 100%. And it's like they focused on the Batman in a way that they didn't in the other movies, where he is a detective.
Oh,
It was so awesome, and like that was the rumor going around that he wanted to make it the world's greatest detective, the Batman. And like that's what we kind of grew up as. I know obviously he's larger than life, he is Batman, but there was always a detective aspect that was not there in other movies, right? Every once in a while you get something like in The Dark Knight, you know.
He picks some bullets out of a
Yeah,
wall.
he does the bullet, he recreates,
yeah.
but like him walking in on a crime scene
No,
and
no,
people
no.
being like, why the fuck is this guy here? As opposed to, oh, thank God the Batman's here, makes a huge difference. Because it's year 2. He just started.
And he just started.
Yeah.
And I love that it's not a big deal. So it's like he walks into that. There's a mystery. They present him as this, talks about fear in the movie and how even if he's not there, it's intimidating to other criminals, right? In the shadows, in the depths. So when he's dealing with the criminals in the beginning, it's very mysterious and dark, and the footsteps, the sound design of this movie was fucking epic, like so good. I was like, this is boots walking on ground do not sound like this in real life. I go, this is total cinematic to get you to feel the weight of when Bruce Wayne is Batman and taking those steps towards those criminals as they feel and fear for their life. And that's awesome, and that's filmmaking. But what I was saying is when he walks into the first crime scene and you see all the cops like kind of looking at him shit, but it's not like a holy shit, there's Batman. Like, oh, there is a Batman. It's like, nah, dude. Some might like him. Some might. He's just another guy.
Yeah.
He's just another dude in a fucking bat suit, just walking around the crime scene and talking. I'm like, this is bizarre. This shouldn't work. This should be fucking weird. But the movie's so gritty and real that it works. That he's just standing there talking to cops. It's not this giant theatrical deal.
Right.
And I love that.
Yeah, it's you get that one cop, I don't know his name, but you see him throughout the movie, and it's like doesn't like Batman, you know, calls him a freak, loves Bruce Wayne. Oh my God, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah.
And then later he's the cop that's with the Batman to kind of show somewhat of a big reveal.
Yes.
So I liked that, right? That they kept that one cop that you're kind of seeing a lot to kind of get the gauge of how does he feel about Bruce Wayne and Batman. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the movie obviously has a lot of inspiration from other movies, right? You can say Seven because of just the way it looks, it feels, the John Doe-ness of the Riddler, and the look with the aesthetic of it, like not always raining but constantly raining. I love that because I love that about Seven.
Yeah.
So and that's what Gotham, like they always present Gotham. They usually present Gotham before Dark Knight trilogy as a rainy, grimy, crime-ridden town.
Yeah, but
Riddled,
I
sorry.
haven't seen it represented like that. That's what I'm saying. Burton's isn't like that.
No, but like
neither is Joe
cartoons,
Schumacher's
stuff like that.
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, it's usually like
Okay.
a dark. It's always fucking raining usually.
Yeah, weather-wise, I get you.
Yeah, weather-wise.
But like Burton's it's fucking like a Tim Burton Gotham, right?
Yeah,
It's like the architecture and the costume tree and the villains. It's a different kind of Gotham.
Totally.
And then Nolan's is New York. It's literally New York. And this is a perfect mix of it's New York, but it's not New York. It's Gotham. It's dark. It's gritty. There's crime everywhere. It's nasty. You don't want to walk the streets. So that was the first time I've ever seen that really in a Gotham presented in a film.
That's true. That's true. It was definitely darker, and it definitely felt like, oh, there's crime in every corner. Like, he's busy every single night of the fucking year. There are no breaks for the Batman.
No, there's no breaks for the Batman. But the little touches of like Gotham Square, Madison Square Garden, Gotham Square Garden. These little touches, and Times Square just had like maybe double the amount of screens that were on it. So these little touches that made us believe that this is a real city. I love that because I'm like, oh yeah, this is New York, but it's not New York. It's not like the Nolan ones that are literally, it just looks just like New York. Right. So I love that decision to just make it different, but also have these touches of us go, oh, Madison Square Garden, yep, okay. It's just, I love that.
No, for sure. Matt Reeves, you got to give him all the credit in the world because he does a fantastic job of world building. I think in most movies he does. He does a great job. Would you agree?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So for this, it's like, by the time Batman gets into that first brawl, you have a feeling for what is going on in this world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instantly. And you're like, oh my God, I'm only 10 minutes in. Like, this is going to be fantastic. And he did. He executed well, especially with the world environment, for sure.
Absolutely. So I absolutely loved maybe people hated it. I'm not sure. I haven't read anything on it. The way the action scenes were filmed in this movie, for me, that's how I want to see action. I want to see wide shots, long one takes. I don't care if it looks kind of, not as fluid. It looks a little bit rehearsed. I hate the quick cutting, the Born Identity type of shit. This is we're just holding on this shot and you're just seeing him punch people or Selena go punch people. There's no quick, fast cut every 2 seconds per punch. I love the way the fight scenes were choreographed and executed. I was impressed.
Yeah, the Iceberg Lounge was great because it looked very much like in the Arkham in the games, like the way they show the Iceberg Lounge there. Like a lot of things kind of hold true on how they look, and they did it a little bit in the Dark Knight. They show the outside of it. But that whole setup, like that was one of my favorite scenes, was him getting in the first time as the Batman. And you're right, it's when they're on the stairs and he has to 4 or 5 different guys come out with the gunshot, whipping it around.
It's every action scene.
Yeah,
though.
it's every. Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's every fight scene. I was waiting. I'm like, and the guys, this is not an action movie. Right. This is not a Nolan Batman where things are kind of escalating. This is a small detective, like you said, 7 type of story. So you don't get that many fight scenes and action scenes, and I like that. It was different. It didn't feel like a Marvel movie where it was like we need to have every 10 seconds action, 10 minutes action. It didn't feel like that, and I was like, oh, this is great. I can breathe. I can just watch and be in this world and just hang out with this character and this small story that's contained. Right. So the fighting aspects. So they did come, few and far between, and I'm waiting. Are they gonna? No, they just hold on these long shots, wide shots where you see everything. There's no. It was done so great for me personally.
Yeah, I mean, and how many superhero movies do you get where there's a murderer murdering?
Oh,
you
dude.
don't.
No, you fucking serial killer.
Yeah, this is a serial killer.
You literally get a serial killer.
I've been trying to reach you. Martin God!
And this movie's not rated R, but it felt like it was rated R.
I know what you mean.
This movie felt like it was rated R.
Yeah.
The first dude is dead, fucking duct tape around his entire goddamn face, gets bludgeoned to fucking death. Yeah. This movie felt like an R, but a PG, where you can push it to where it's gonna be PG-13, but this movie felt like it was rated R. You felt the violence. You felt without having to actually see it. Even when he beats that dude in like the first thing, it was his idea to add those 2 punches. Right. And those 2 punches for me are fucking drastically different than if he didn't do those 2 punches when he hits the first guy in the opening fight scene.
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
He's talking about Robert Pattinson, right? That was his idea, to add those 2 punches, and then it's like as the person's going out of consciousness to say, "I am vengeance."
Yeah, and just the violence felt real for a PG-13 movie. Marvel violence does not feel like this to me, and this didn't fit into a superhero Marvel war for me, and maybe that's why I like it. I'm not a superhero Marvel guy. I just don't like them. They're not my thing.
Or DC.
What do you mean? I love Zack Snyder's Justice League was fucking awesome. You didn't like it. I'm more the DC guy than you.
I'm wearing a DC shirt.
Well, I'm just saying. No, don't fucking say I don't like DC. I kind of do.
Do you though?
I like Zack Snyder's Justice League. I like this. I like Joker.
All right.
I mean, what else?
all
I don't
right.
like Aquaman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good.
This is different. This is not a
no, it's
superhero
totally
movie. This is a fucking awesome, different movie with Batman as a character.
Yeah.
That's what this felt like to me.
Good call. What'd you think about the Colin Farrell?
He was, for me, one of the best parts of the movie.
I got you! I got you!
I wanted to stand up when it was his the last time you see him and just clap, but that would have been crazy and creepy. But outstanding. Like, that's how Mark Kermode said it best. He was like, that's how you do an actor that everyone knows in makeup. He goes, fuck, he's like, talks about Jared Leto in the Versace movie. Was it
Okay.
Versace? And he's like, that was just Gucci. And he's like, that's a joke. He's like, Jared Leto needs to take a page out of Colin Farrell's book and just, this is how you do it. And it's, you forget it's Colin. We didn't even know it was him in the fucking trailer. I didn't know it was him.
Oh, no,
a lot of
no,
people
no.
didn't. And he just disappears with that character, and he was fucking stellar.
Whoa! Take it easy, sweetheart. You looking for me? How you doing? I'm Oz.
I
awesome.
love. Now you're probably gonna hate that they're doing or maybe you'll love it. I don't know. They're doing a Penguin show.
I don't like that it's a show, but okay.
And they're also doing a fucking Selena Kyle Catwoman one.
Okay, well, let's talk about her because what's her name? Kravitz? What's her last name?
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
So I hated her in Birds of Prey.
Same.
She floored me in this movie. I thought she was fantastic in this film. Just the right amount of like sexiness and vulnerability, but then also where you believed that she believed in what she was doing and she was looking for her friend and it was serious enough to where she blew me away. And maybe it was just in Birds of Prey, like the role. I just didn't like the movie. I didn't like the role. Her in this, I was like, bravo, great job. I love you in this.
I agree. And I thought from the jump, even from the trailers, I'm going, she's going to be the most annoying part for me in this movie.
100%.
She's a woman, you know what I'm saying?
We hate
dude?
women.
We don't like them. But she wasn't. It was the complete opposite. She was look, Michelle Pfeiffer, you got to give, kudos and pay homage to her.
She should have won an Oscar for that performance.
I know.
I just rewatched Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Michelle Pfeiffer's the best part of that movie. Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer, best part of that movie.
100% couldn't agree more.
Fucking, I was blown away. I'm like, how is she not? Dude, this is one of the best acting jobs I've ever seen.
Mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it.
But a kiss can be even deadlier if you mean it.
Larger than life
role.
Dude, and
so good.
And there's so many, and there's trivia in that.
Okay.
So many women became actors because of that
Oh,
role.
that makes me feel better as
Me
a
too,
woman.
me
That
too,
makes me
me
feel
too,
a
me
lot
too.
better.
Me too. I'm with you. But no, Zoe Kravitz was great.
Yes.
She was not the most annoying part.
Nope,
There
not at
wasn't
all.
anybody. People were complaining about but a lot of people were complaining about characters.
Well-
and saying that there wasn't depth. And there's a lot. And a lot of people were talking about, oh, this is flat. None of the
who?
characters.
What characters?
I mean,
The main characters?
Yeah, I was reading around a lot of reviews. I
No,
don't
I'm
agree
asking
with
you
them.
what they're saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you.
They're saying that there was just let's just cast people who they're famous actors and that's it. And I'm like, I don't agree with that at all. I think they all have a backstory.
Because they casted famous actors. What the fuck is wrong with
You
these
can't
people?
satisfy everyone, dude. And the internet's harsh. But
Oh
I don't
my
agree at
God,
all.
it's
I think
harsh.
everyone played their part to a T.
Listen,
Turturro all the way down.
Turturro was good.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson. I'm not saying I don't think it was a great performance. Right?
I don't think it was great either.
I don't think it was a great performance.
Yeah.
I think for what he was asked to do, good job.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't think it was anything where I'm like, oh, dude, he killed it as Batman.
Right.
But I never have that feeling to Batman. So I don't even feel that way about Christian Bale. I just accept Christian Bale as the quote unquote best Batman because that's what we kind of grew up with and those are the best movies. So I just accept him as Batman. I don't hold whoever plays Batman to like this high standard. So I'm a little different. I know people feel like they die on the hill of whoever the best Batman is. I never fell in love with any of them. So Robert Pattinson for me is just another one. Perfect.
Yeah.
Good job. See you later.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
I was mad about two castings in this movie,
Okay.
which I think would have made it drastically better. Okay. The casting of Alfred as your fucking boy.
What?
What's
Andy
his
Serkis?
name? Andy Serkis.
You love
right?
him.
Andy Serkis is cool.
Yeah,
right?
I like him.
Yeah, when he's playing a fucking ape, awesome.
Andy Serkis is unlike any other actor. He can inhabit characters that don't speak and emote in ways that you don't really see often in movies.
Gollum.
He is so bad as Alfred. Not him.
Yeah.
It's a horrible casting.
Okay.
He comes across like this like London gangster kind of dude who's now like, and he's not even that much older. It just didn't come across as Alfred whatsoever. I feel like Matt Reeves just has that connection to him because of Planet of the Apes.
Sure.
He directed the final 2 Planet of the Apes movies in the trilogy, so he has the connection. So that's why that's the only reason that he was cast as Alfred. Not even a question. They have a good relationship. Come on, I'm hiring you in. That's just how the business works. So I get why he was hired, dude. Total horrible choice, man. That scene when he's in the hospital bed and they're talking, I was almost cringing at that scene. I'm like, I don't feel anything right now.
Yeah.
I just don't feel anything.
Now, is it that you don't? Because I didn't mind it. It obviously could have been better with someone else too. I do see that, but is it the character or was it strictly the casting?
No, it's the cast. No,
Okay.
Alfred's great. I love Michael Caine as Alfred. I
This
love all
one's
that.
supposed to be a lot different, right? He's supposed to be like ex-MI6, so like they're trying all these different things, and he's supposed to be the one that taught Bruce
to fight.
Yeah, and that's totally different. I like that though. It's cool.
That part's awesome.
Yeah, but it's the actual casting.
But he's giving old wisdom and sage of this older person who's supposed to know all these things. It felt like he was his older brother almost. Like
I see what you're saying.
He was just kind of his older brother, badass, taught him to fight. It didn't come across as the wise guardian who Alfred is during the course of Batman's life. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just how I felt. And the other horrible casting.
Can I guess?
I don't know this guy's name.
I already know who it is.
Okay, I mean, I want to give him credit because he is from a show that we both like.
Yeah, I know who you're gonna say.
It is Jeffrey Wright as Lieutenant James Gordon.
Yeah.
Listen, he's a good actor.
He is.
Okay, he's really a good actor. He's one of those actors for me that is just blah. He's just he doesn't. His face, his mannerisms, everything is just blah. He plays like a perfect kind of, I don't know. He would have been a good Commissioner Gordon if he didn't have 75% of screen time in the movie. I didn't know it was going to be him and Batman going on a fucking crusade together and they were going to be sharing all these scenes together. If you put another like actor that, like just picture like a Willem Dafoe. I know they did the lap, but picture like Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson in 75% of the scenes together. It would have elevated the movie for me, and I still loved it. But so many of those scenes fell flat because I'm like, oh, this guy's just boring. He's a good actor, but he's just boring. He doesn't have much to do, and he's just. It's a personal thing. He just comes across as boring to me. There's nothing about his face, nothing about the way he delivers lines, man. And it killed me because I like the actor. He's fine, but so much screen time. And I'm like, this could have been epic. This could have been like a these two taking on the world.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel like that to me at all.
So insert Gary Oldman in this movie. Now you're talking? Or
No, not at all. Okay. Not at all. Because it's, maybe I'm just not a Commissioner Gordon fan. I don't know, you know? But I just think,
could be.
No, I think you need an actor like a Willem Dafoe, like someone who's going to pop off the screen and just, because, dude, it's Batman, right?
Yeah.
There's not animation in his voice. There's not facial expressions. It's just, and then you have another guy doing the same thing.
I see what you're saying.
He just does the same thing. So, we got to do this, Batman. Oh, you need someone that's going to be like a Paul Schmecker from Boondock Saints, Willem Dafoe, and just like be more like of a character, more of someone that we want to see. I didn't know he was going to have that much screen time. It's a nitpick. I love the movie, but I just wish they casted someone different.
Okay.
And I know you're saying, guys, he's a black man. You want to replace a black man with a white man. That's not what I'm saying, okay? Put fucking Wesley Snipes as that. It probably would have been great because he probably would have been fucking going nuts. Idris Elba. I want someone with a little charisma. I want someone to get me hard, basically, is what I'm saying.
Because you were, though, so you're saying that's the only time in the movie where you weren't getting hard?
No. It was still fine. I'm talking about, I want like, I would have sucked this movie the first time instead of the second time.
Oh, okay.
I'm just doing little nitpicks of things that I wrote down where those two castings could have been better for me.
So you like the Dano?
Okay. Well, I'll ask you first because I feel like I'm answering all the questions. What did you think of Dano?
I liked him. I think he went a little over the top in certain scenes. I think he was a little overacting, as the kids would say.
Okay. What scenes?
I will say the confrontation with Batman when he's in Arkham.
No! Nobody! This is not how this was supposed to go. We were gonna be safe here.
Really not as smart as I thought you were.
Okay.
Yeah.
I loved Paul Dano.
Okay.
In every single scene.
Except
Except that scene.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not,
dude.
it's not because he was overacting.
Yeah,
This
okay.
is me personally. It's not that. It's him. It's him and his face. When he has that, and it was his idea to literally wrap his face in plastic wrap, and then they shot for like a day or two, and he went home and he couldn't he said he couldn't sleep. His head was in so much pain, it was pounding. So then they had to readjust the mask and make it more breathable for him. So he was committed to the role. He went like method with it. I respect what he did. He doesn't have a face that strikes any sort of fear or fascination that you want in a main villain. So when he has the mask on and he's screaming through the phone, I'm feeling it. I'm like, Paul Dano, this is perfect. He does that going from really little to fucking really good. Really good. But when that mask was off and he's just sitting in the thing, he looks like a 15-year-old boy that's trying. I don't feel that fear of like he's this sick maniacal person that has this genius plan. And it's just the way he looks. He can't do anything about it. It's just he has a young look. He looks like he's 15, you know?
Yeah.
With the glasses. So it's not his fault, but it's just imagine that scene again with someone else as the Riddler that would pop off of the screen. Pop off of the screen. He didn't pop off the screen for me in that scene. These are minor nitpicks, guys, so don't fucking kill me.
I see what you're saying, though. Like, insert Kevin Spacey 7.
Perfect.
That face when you finally see it, you're going, oh yeah, there's something up with this guy.
Yeah.
You're right. Dano does have a very young face.
Yeah, it's
and
just-
I felt way more threatened when he's obviously in the mask, you know? So I see
Exactly.
what you're saying, though. It's a good point.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Like I liked all the vocal work that he has to do because a lot of his dialogue is through a phone, you know, or through a screen and shit like that. So he's not there, but everything else that he did was fine. It's just that scene got me. I'm like, oh, I wanted that scene to be classic. I wanted that scene to be like, I can't wait to rewatch this scene. I get it. Okay. They did get me, though, when I thought he knew it was Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
Right?
A lot of people did.
Everybody did.
Everyone did. But
Come on.
it's finally when he says, we almost got him.
Yeah.
He finally steps into the light
Yeah.
and you go, oh, no, he doesn't have him.
You thought he was.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, the way you said, you're like a lot of people did. Dude,
No,
so.
dude, I'm with those people.
Okay, Jesus,
Because he
man.
literally does the Bruce Wayne. You're like, well, then why
Perfect.
would you say that? Oh, good misdirect. So
Perfect.
it was, that was clever.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about the Joker? Are we going to talk about the Joker?
We'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about
Okay,
it.
all right,
We'll
all
talk
right.
about what else you got? What else you got?
Okay, so here's the problem that I had with.
Please,
this
tell me the
is what
problem.
I did not like, and I felt like I didn't like the last 30 minutes. I didn't like
The
how
climax?
I didn't like how it went from small scale, but then all of a sudden it has to go from 30 to 100 like that, and I go, oh wait, blowing up of the seawalls. I'm going, okay. It would have been great earlier on if they established it. They did mention in a brief second in the opening when the mayor is watching himself on the debate before he gets killed. Oh, it's the cut funding from the seawalls. That's all they say about seawalls.
Okay, all
so
right.
I'm going, I didn't even know that Gotham was covered by
yeah.
seawalls.
Well, it's Manhattan. It's an island. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, does Manhattan have fucking seawalls?
It definitely has something.
Does it? And if they all implode,
Of course.
is the town fucked?
The
Is
fucking
city fucked?
tides, dude.
I don't
People
know if
about
there's
tides.
I don't think there's seawalls
There's
in Manhattan.
definitely things that block the water from going up or going down. It's an island, dog.
We'll have to find someone who
Let's
knows
get
this
a
answer.
doctor on the program.
Let's get him. Call him. So it's not even about the seawalls. It's just that all of a sudden we're going from everything's kind of small scale. The biggest thing you have is the chase on the bridge, which is cool, to now it's boom, citywide. Oh, wait, 30 minutes left. It just felt very forced.
Okay.
I just didn't like that. And I actually wasn't. Look, call me crazy. I wasn't even. It was cool that he had his minions that dressed up like him. I didn't even like the the Gotham Square Garden scene.
Okay. All right. So I got to address this.
Okay.
So in the Joker, before we saw the Joker movie, and
In The Joker, the movie.
Yes, before we saw the Joker movie, on our other podcast, we were talking about, and this is like 6 months before it came out. And I'm like, yo, it'd be cool if the Joker, and this was when shootings were happening, mass shootings. So I was like, oh, they're gonna have a mass shooting thing in there. Joker's gonna like get all these people, and they're all gonna get guns, and they're gonna go around the city, and he's gonna cause this giant fucking mass shooting thing. Blah 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 blah. Basically, what the Riddler does in this.
Yeah.
And that's why I loved it. I go, this is what I thought the Joker was going to do. I thought the Joker was going to set up all these fucking frustrated white incels to dress up as him and go and shoot a political opponent, a fucking governor, innocent people at an event, whatever it is, some sort of terrorist act. So when I saw them all dressed up as him, I was so satisfied because I did not get that in Joker, and I wanted that aspect in Joker. Didn't think about it because the Riddler isn't that kind of character.
Sure.
So I had no idea we were going to see 30 dudes dressed up as the Riddler with fucking guns just ready to slaughter people, you know?
But
I did not think that.
Okay, and I respect that. But my issue is this. How many people did they kill?
I don't know. I don't know. They shoot. I mean, I have no idea how many people they
It
killed.
might be 0.
Yeah.
So my point is, I would have liked it a lot better if you just saw bodies fucking dropping.
Well, it's rated PG-13.
No, I get it, but dude, I'm just saying, you don't feel the threat is now the water. The threat is of course, because it's the whole city's affected. I get it. But I didn't feel like this was earned. I'm just going, oh, wait a second. Did anyone even die?
Okay.
Did anyone die?
Okay, I guess I took it differently because Batman goes up there and fights them and thwarts them. And
They got a lot of shots off before, though.
Listen, people could have got shot. I'm saying I took a different point from it.
Okay.
He's up there fighting. Awesome scene. I love that. And he injects the shit. They say it could be Bane's serum, which was cool.
It got ruled out in the book.
Either way.
The Art of the Batman.
Could be Bane's serum, could be adrenaline, could be insulin. I don't fucking know.
Epinephrine is what they say.
Pops up, right? Beats the dude, takes the dude's mask off. What does he say? What does the dude say? He says, I'm vengeance, right?
I was saying it, and then you cut me out. But
you took a long time.
Well, I was doing the pause for dramatic purposes.
It makes Batman go, holy shit, like, I'm Batman. I want to be Batman, but I'm not being the right Batman right now. All my shit is coming from an aggression and a horrible, horrible trauma that I've been through, and I'm using all that rage and aggression, and he just took it out, the most we've ever seen in the movie on him. Seeing that guy say that makes him flip. And so if there was 100 dead bodies down there and people are just like dying, whatever, he wouldn't have anyone to say. It's about Batman realizes I'm going down. The moment of the movie, the climactic emotional redemption of the movie is him lighting up a torch and leading people out in a in a different way than he thought he had to do. So that's the route that I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying that's what I took from it.
Sure.
That's the point they were trying to come across is we're going to have people. Batman doesn't need to kill 100 criminals to save these people. He needs to be something different. And that's what he does by literally just follow me. And it's a metaphor for, you following examples and all that bullshit. You know what I mean?
And I got all of that too. I did.
Okay.
I just would have liked it more if they could have done something where there was a reveal and Paul Dano didn't have a master plan of just blowing up the seawalls and then having all the... It could have been something different.
He was... But I don't understand why you don't like that, though.
I don't like the seawalls.
It's murdering the city. It's literally destroying the economy, destroying the buildings, killing the people. That's like the worst thing you could do.
It's cool, and it could have been done differently though. If you're going to do that, what I'm saying is it comes out of nowhere.
Well, of course, yeah, because we don't know the master plan.
Sure.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's like mysteries are never as good as you think they're going to be revealed. It's like you think the answer comes, you're like, that's it. That's every mystery movie I've ever seen in my whole entire life. You think even Seven, you're like, oh, and okay, that was cool, but like it's never as good as the actual thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, he has vans parked out. Like, okay, who gives a shit? Oh, he's blowing up this, so it's gonna flood. Okay, that has massive impact. I was okay with it. I'm like, they got to get to the end here somehow. Was it perfect? No way, dude. Not at all. I just knew that they had to do something for the studio we need a big ending. We need a big climactic ending.
Sure.
They can't just have him fight Riddler in a room. I would have loved that if it was a big long conversation with him and Riddler in a room interrogating him. I would have liked that climax way better.
Yeah. Okay.
Way better. So
look, it's the ending that we got, and I'm fine with it. It's just it could have been different.
There were a lot of convoluted points of the story for me, but I get it. You know, with it's John Turturro and that whole plot line was like, okay, you know,
the rat and being all that stuff.
Yeah, like everything. It felt like there was a lot of moving pieces to it, and certain things were kind of brushed over and rushed. But I get it because you're trying to do so many different things. It wasn't just the Batman catching the Riddler. It was so many different angles with his parents and the cover up, and his Thomas Wayne was corrupt, and there's so many things that you're like. It wasn't all done neatly. It wasn't all done perfectly. It wasn't wrapped in a nice bow. But I accepted it and I took it because of the way it was filmed and the way it looked and the music and the sound design and the bat suit to me was the best bat suit we've ever fucking seen.
Hands down.
Hands down. Love the Batmobile. It just feels real and like a real fucking car. And I love the vibe of it. That dark, gay, emo vibe. I love that shit, you know? So like that, just that sadness. I love that sadness. So yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I agree, and you do have to look. The seawall thing had to happen because you need to have a fucking a city that's ruined for the next one, right? And it's going to show how crime is rampant. So I get it. I'm going to go with that. But I agree. I'm super glad that you like it. I love the Batmobile. I love the suit. And yeah, I mean, it might just take another movie or two with Pattinson for me for him to kind of be like, similar to what you said of like, wow, great fucking job, or wow, you are the best Batman. I don't know if it's gonna be possible.
Yeah, I don't get that with any Batman, so maybe I'm just like, I don't care. He could be the same exactly in the next movie. It's just, that's me.
He was miles better than fucking Ben Affleck. Like, it's not even a comparison. It's like, obviously it's what you're given.
No one counts Ben Affleck.
No, you can't. If you do, you're
no
weird.
one counts it. I was looking at like lists and video. No, it's fucking Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, and Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Those are the Batmans. Fuck George Clooney. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 Batmans.
Good point. Good point.
So, all right, that's it. You want to score it up real quick?
We'll score it, dude, and we're going to obviously talk in our extended version about the Joker.
That's when we're going to get into
the
the Joker scene, guys. So what you want to do if you want to hear us idiots talk about that, click the link in the description or search Fiends Watch on your podcast app, Spotify, whatever you listen to podcasts. That's where we're going to talk about the extended edition about all the rest of the movie. So, yeah, we love you.
Good
we
call.
don't. We hate you.
We definitely do for both. Your score first.
I'm going to give it an 8.9.
Nice score,
What are you gonna
dude,
give it?
from you. I'm going to give it an 8.6.
8.6. All right, cool. We're on the same page.
We are.
We're on the same page.
Right.
Nothing else, man. I had all my notes down. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Didn't think the length was as big of an issue as a lot of people did, but I watched it at home. So maybe if I was in the theater, would have been a little different. Who knows?
I've been saying it could have been 2.5. You could have got the same movie at 2.5 hours. That's just me.
Sure. Just at home, it was way easier to watch.
Of course,
so
you could pause, you could JO, you could S, you could P. You know what I'm saying?
Not you, but yeah, okay.
Well, you did.
I'm not you. All right, so we're going to wrap up. Thanks for swinging by the watch one more time.
As always.
Oh, and that's the other thing I fucking didn't say in my note. So glad Robert Pattinson did not use a stupid Batman voice.
You got a lot of cats.
Yeah, it was
like
pretty,
Christian Bale did.
Yeah,
Holy
point.
shit, he didn't use a Batman voice. It was fucking great. He just kind of talked quiet.
Yep.
Oh, it was fantastic. That was when the movie started. That was one of my favorite things. I go, he's not going to talk. I'm here wearing hockey pants. I was so excited he didn't talk like that. So
yeah.
All right, that's it. And we're gonna be back next time with something that doesn't have Robert Pattinson in hot ass, tight ass, bat pants.
Unfortunately not.